At my daughter's first birthday, Mom accidentally flipped the $1,000 cake to the floor, gasping, "Oops, but your sister's kids deserve this party more." Dad laughed. "You never sacrificed for this family." I opened my sister's gift, a wrapped box of expired candy with a note. "Don't worry, kids won't notice." I didn't say a word. I just canceled the $12,000 cruise I paid for, sold the car I co-signed, and froze the accounts I managed. Hey everyone, before we dive in, I have a quick favor to ask. If you enjoy content like this, please hit the subscribe button. It's free, supports the channel, and ensures you never miss out on amazing videos. Alright, let's get started. That night, Mom texted, "Our tickets are gone." I replied, "Maybe your golden child can book new ones." "Oops, but your sister's kids deserve this more." My mother's voice was sharp. The room fell silent, and the $1,000 cake I'd ordered crashed to the floor. The delicate frosting smeared, the sugar flowers crushed under her heel. Laughter broke the silence. My father's loud, cruel laugh. "You never sacrificed for this family," he said, raising his glass. "Always making it about yourself." My daughter squirmed in my arms, her tiny fingers curling into my shirt, her wide eyes blinking up at me. She didn't understand, but I did. Jessica, my sister, leaned against the gift table, scrolling through her phone. "Don't be dramatic," she cooed, tossing a glittering pink bag at me. "Here's our gift for your little princess." I opened it, a box of candy, faded and crinkled. The expiration date had passed 6 months ago. Jessica giggled. "Don't worry, kids won't notice." My mother bent down, lazily kicking the ruined cake, scattering the pieces further. A few guests exchanged glances, some suppressing smiles. My uncle whispered something to his wife, and she giggled, her eyes never meeting mine. My father pulled out his phone, the flash going off. Seconds later, I felt a buzz in my pocket, a notification, family celebrations, so proud of our little girl. I opened it, a photo of the smashed cake, my stunned expression, and my father's wide grin. Comments were already pouring in. "Ah, such a sweet family. Jessica's always so thoughtful. Mom is the best, never a dull moment." My cousin Mark commented, "Lol, classic, always trying too hard, huh?" I didn't say a word, not when my father leaned closer to his friend, his voice a drunken whisper. "Can you believe he spent $1,000 on that thing? Always showing off." Not when Jessica whispered to my mother, "Well, at least my kids get real gifts, not just his ego wrapped in sugar." I stood there, a frozen smile on my face, my daughter's tiny head resting against my shoulder. Around me, aunts and uncles sipped their drinks, hiding their smiles. Another notification, another comment. Didn't he pull the same thing last year? Always trying to one-up everyone. I slipped my phone into my pocket, walked to the kitchen, my hands steady, my chest a numb, tight ache. I placed my daughter in her high chair, her chubby hands reaching for the colorful decorations. I opened my phone again. $12,000, the cruise I had paid for. My parents, my sister, her kids, a family vacation they deserved after a hard year. I canceled it. Jessica's car loan, the one I co-signed, sold. The family grocery account I managed, frozen. Utilities, subscriptions, frozen. My phone buzzed again, another photo on Facebook, Jessica posing with my father, both smiling. The caption, "Family is everything. So grateful for these moments." And then a text from my mother, "Our tickets are gone." What happened? I stared at it, my reflection in the dark kitchen window. Calm, silent. The laughter from the living room spilled in, Jessica's voice loud and bright, my father's booming chuckle. I typed slowly, "Maybe your golden child can book new ones." I slipped the phone into my pocket, walked back to the living room, and picked up my daughter. No one even looked at me. They were too busy laughing, but something in me shifted, something that would never shift back. I woke up the next morning to a stream of missed calls. First my mother, "We can't access our cruise tickets. What did you do?" I didn't answer. Then Jessica, "You ruined everything, as always. Did you even think about the kids?" The kids, her favorite weapon. And then my father, "You're acting like a child. Always so dramatic. It's just money, my money." I stared at the phone screen, the messages stacking up, each one dripping with entitlement. I flipped the phone over, letting it buzz itself to death. The darkness of my room swallowed the glow, but not the simmering anger beneath my ribs. Weeks passed, but nothing changed. Cutting them off wasn't enough. They always found a way back. My mother's voice, soft and practiced over the phone. "Honey, your father's car broke down again. He's so stressed. Maybe you could help? Just a little?" Just a little. Like the thousands of dollars I'd paid over the years, like the bills I covered without a thank you. Jessica's texts came in waves. "Can you spot me $200? My credit card got maxed out." A day later, "Please, I really need this. It's for a new job opportunity." But 2 days later, I saw her Instagram story, a weekend at a spa, face covered in a cucumber mask. Captioned, "Self-care is everything." I ignored the texts, but I saw them talking about me, the family group chat which I hadn't left yet. "Jessica, he's so selfish. Always thinks he's better than us." My aunt, "Honestly, someone should tell him to grow up. He's lucky to even have a family." My father, "Some people forget what loyalty means." Laughing emojis, hearts, they were united, against me. The next family dinner wasn't an invitation, it was a demand. My mother's voice on the phone pleading, "You have to come. It's for your father. He thinks you're upset. Please. Just make peace." Peace, a word they used whenever they wanted me to submit. But I went. Maybe I was hoping for something different. Maybe I wanted to see if they'd changed. They hadn't. The house was warm, the table crowded with food. My mother kissed me on the cheek, a sweetness that tasted like poison. My father's grin was wide, his voice loud as always. There he is, the big man, still sulking about the cake, he roared, and a few of his friends chuckled. Jessica sat at the far end, scrolling through her phone, pretending I didn't exist. Come on, sit down. We saved a spot for you, my mother cooed, patting the chair closest to the kitchen. Close enough to fetch things. The dinner was a blur of noise, laughter, and the same old digs. You still doing that little job of yours? Is that even real work? Didn't you just buy a new car? Someone's got money to waste. Must be nice having no responsibilities. I ate in silence, swallowing the insults along with the dry chicken. Then Jessica leaned forward, her voice loud enough to cut through the chatter. Oh, did you see what he posted last year? She grinned, waving her phone. He actually tried to brag about buying that cake. Can you believe that? My father roared with laughter. Oh yes, $1,000 on a cake and it ended up on the floor. That's our boy, always throwing money away. More laughter. A few of their friends raised their glasses. I felt my phone buzz. My mother had posted a photo of the whole family at the table, smiling, except me. I wasn't in the frame. The caption read, "Family is everything. So grateful for those who understand love." I felt my chest tighten, the laughter echoing, the faces blurring. I needed air. I stood up, mumbling something about a call, and walked out onto the porch. Cold air, sharp against my skin. I sucked in a breath, trying to force the anger back down. But then I heard them. The kitchen window was open just a crack, and their voices drifted out, muffled but clear. He's so sensitive. Did you see his face? Jessica's voice, thick with mockery. He deserves it, my father chuckled. After everything we've done for him, he thinks he can just walk away. Don't worry, my mother's voice whispered. He always comes back. All we need to do is say we're struggling and he can't help himself. And if he doesn't, Jessica asked, giggling, we just keep telling him he's selfish. He hates that. Always trying to prove he's better than us, my father said. Laughter. Real, cruel laughter. My hands gripped the porch railing, knuckles turning white. I couldn't breathe. I was their joke, their little puppet, the good son, the wallet with a heartbeat. I drove home in a daze, the words twisting in my mind, the lies, the mockery, the truth. They didn't love me. They didn't even see me. Memories crashed over me. The years I had paid their bills, covered Jessica's debts, canceled plans to help them. Every time I told myself it was family. Every time I believed their apologies. I was never family. I was a convenience. I pulled over, leaning my forehead against the steering wheel, struggling to breathe. Then my phone buzzed again. A notification. My father had posted a new status. Family isn't who helps when it's easy. It's who stays when it's hard. Comments flooded in. Heart emojis. Words of praise. Jessica posted a story. Her and my parents smiling, drinks in hand. The caption, real family. Always together. I stared at it, feeling something inside me crack. They were rewriting the story. My story. Turning me into the villain. The selfish, bitter son. But they didn't know me. Not anymore. I wasn't going to just walk away. I was going to take back everything. Starting now. I didn't sleep that night. Rage twisted in my chest, hot and sharp. Their voices echoed in my mind, laughing, mocking, planning how to use me again. But I wasn't the same fool they thought I was. By morning, I had a plan. Not just to walk away, but to make them face everything they'd done. And the perfect opportunity was already waiting. My father's birthday dinner. If they wanted a show, I'd give them one they'd never forget. The restaurant buzzed with laughter, the warm glow of chandeliers casting a golden light over the long, crowded table. My father's birthday. A celebration fit for a king. Plates piled high with seafood, sparkling glasses lifted in toasts. My mother beamed, her arm draped around his shoulder. Jessica posed for selfies, her voice cutting through the noise. I walked in quietly, a large, elegantly wrapped gift box in my arms. Eyes turned, whispers spread. My father grinned wide, lifting his glass. Well, he made it. Come in. We thought you were too busy for us. The table chuckled. Jessica's smile tightened. I smiled back, taking my seat. The gift sat in the middle of the table, a glittering centerpiece. My father couldn't stop staring at it, sparkling with greed. Dinner went on, a haze of stories I'd heard 1,000 times. My father bragging about his hard years in business. My mother swooning about how family is everything. Jessica leaning close to a group of friends, her voice dropping to a whisper. I mean, he's always so dramatic, acts like he's better than everyone, but of course he always comes crawling back. I didn't react, not yet. I watched them, their laughter, their smug smiles, the way my father's arm tightened around my mother's shoulder, a picture-perfect image of family unity, until the moment came. My father cleared his throat, raising his glass. I want to thank you all for coming. Family is everything, and tonight I feel like the richest man in the world. A chorus of cheers, clinking glasses. Jessica leaned over, her phone already aimed for another perfect family photo, and that's when I stood. Actually, I said, voice calm but loud enough to silence the room. Before we celebrate, I'd like to share something, a gift. I nodded toward the massive gift box in the center of the table. My father's eyes lit up, his grin widening. Well, finally, a little gratitude, huh? He laughed. I stepped forward, carefully peeling back the glittering wrapping. Slowly, I lifted the lid. Gasps rippled around the table. Inside, a thick stack of papers, each page neatly clipped. What is this? My mother asked, her voice already shaking. I pulled out the first page. It's a record of every payment I've made for this family over the past 7 years. The mortgage I paid for your house, the bills I covered, Every emergency that magically turned into spa days and vacations for Jessica. The room went silent. My father's smile faltered. What are you talking about? Oh, I'm just getting started, I continued, pulling out another set of papers. Bank statements, transfers to your accounts, all the times you told me you were struggling, that you needed help. Jessica's face turned pale. This is ridiculous. Why are you doing this? I leaned forward, my voice steady, because I want everyone here to know the truth about how you used me, how you laughed at me behind my back, how you told your friends I was just your family's wallet. I reached for my phone, a single tap, and the speakers crackled to life. My father's voice boomed out, crystal clear. He's too stupid to notice. We just say it's for repairs and he pays. Jessica's voice followed, cruel and sharp. If he finds out, so what? He's desperate for our approval. A wave of shocked murmurs swept the room. Guests shifted uncomfortably, eyes darting from me to my parents to Jessica. My mother shot up, her face a mask of rage. How dare you? This is a family moment. And you had family? I snapped. You don't even know what that means. Family doesn't use you. Family doesn't lie, cheat, and steal from you. Family doesn't laugh at your pain. Jessica's boyfriend shifted away from her, his face twisted in disgust. Is this true? He whispered, but she had no answer. My father's face was a mix of shock and fury. You're trying to humiliate us in front of everyone? Humiliate you? I laughed, cold and sharp. You did that yourselves. You made me your backup plan. Jessica's voice cracked. Stop. You're ruining everything. Everything. I stepped closer. No, I'm ending it. I pulled out one final paper, the deed to the house I had helped them buy. This was in my name. It's being sold. Your free ride is over. My father lunged for the papers, but I stepped back. You can try, but it's done. Your vacations? Canceled. Jessica's car loan? Sold. Utilities? Frozen. My mother stumbled, grabbing the back of a chair. You can't do this. You're our son. No, I said, feeling the weight finally lift from my chest. Not anymore. The restaurant was dead silent. Guests stared, some pulling out their phones, others whispering. Jessica's friends shifted uncomfortably, one by one excusing themselves, and then Jessica's boyfriend stood. He looked at her, disgust edged on his face. I can't believe you. You're so selfish. He turned and walked out. Jessica's scream was raw, desperate. My father was shouting something, threats, curses. My mother sobbed, trying to grab my sleeve, but I stepped back, letting her hand fall. I loved you, I said quietly. I tried to help you, but you never saw me as family, just a wallet. And now that's gone. I turned, walking through the sea of shocked faces, the restaurant doors swinging shut behind me. The cold night air hit me, but I felt light, free. Behind me, the noise of their shattered world was already fading. I slammed the door behind me, silence crashing around me like a wave. But it didn't last. My phone buzzed with a fury that matched the storm in my chest. My mother, please baby, let's talk. Your father is so upset. My father, you ungrateful, after everything we've done for you. Jessica, you humiliated us in front of everyone. I let the phone fall onto the couch, the screen still flickering. I didn't care. They wanted a war. I was done playing the fool. But then a new message appeared. Unknown number. I know what they did. I can help you. I frowned. A scam or another game? But then another message. A photo. My family. My parents. Jessica. Sitting around the table, laughing. My father's phone raised, his mouth wide open with joy. My mother's head thrown back in laughter. I felt something cold grip my chest. Unknown number. Jessica used your name. For something else. Bigger. I checked my bank app. Nothing missing. But then I thought of something worse. I called the bank. Yes, sir. Let me check. There is an active loan under your name, taken out 3 months ago. 3 months. While I was still paying their bills. $130,000, signed by you. My vision blurred. That's impossible. I didn't sign anything. The voice hesitated. I'm afraid the documents are verified. Your signature is on file. Jessica, a cold fury settled over me. She didn't just use me. She stole from me, lied, forged, betrayed. And they, my parents, defended her, covered for her, laughed at me. Not anymore. I reached their house. The door wasn't even locked. I stepped inside, my footsteps heavy against the wooden floor. They were in the living room, Jessica on the couch, my mother beside her, my father pacing. When they saw me, their smiles vanished. What are you doing here? My father barked, already defensive. Did you take a loan in my name? I asked, my voice calm, too calm. I contacted the bank immediately, filing a fraud report. The bank assured me they would investigate, but the betrayal was undeniable. Jessica's face paled. My mother stood. Sweetheart, let's not make a scene, huh? A scene? I laughed, sharp and cold. I just found out I owe $130,000 for a loan I never took. Jessica, did you forge my signature? Her mouth opened, but no words came out. Tears welled in her eyes, but I wasn't moved. My father's voice rose. Enough of this. You're trying to blame your sister for your problems. I stepped closer, my voice a low growl. I have proof. The bank has the documents. Her signature. My name. $130,000 taken behind my back. Is this your idea of family? My mother's hands trembled. Jessica, is this true? Jessica broke. I needed it. I thought I could pay it back before he found out. Pay it back with what? More lies? More of my money? I snapped. My father's face twisted with shock. He turned to Jessica. You told us it was for school, for a course. Jessica sobbed, hiding her face. My mother's eyes filled with tears. We gave up everything to save you. We paid it off, and you lied to us too. I stepped back, letting their world crumble around them. This is your family, I said, my voice cold. A family of liars, thieves, and cowards. but I'm done. No more money, no more help, no more silence. You can't just walk away, my father shouted. We're family. Family, I laughed. Family doesn't steal. Family doesn't destroy marriages. Family doesn't turn their son into a wallet. My mother stumbled. Please don't do this. We were trying to protect you. Protect me? I shook my head. No, you protected yourselves, and you destroyed me. But that ends now. I turned and walked out. My father's voice was a desperate roar. If you leave now, you're dead to us. I didn't even look back. Outside, the cold air hit my face, sharp and clean. I breathed it in, my chest rising, the weight falling away. They were dead to me, and I was free. I didn't look back. Not when the cold air stung my cheeks. Not when the silence of my apartment wrapped around me like a blanket. But I wasn't alone. Lily's tiny voice pulled me back to the present. Daddy, look! I drew us. She held up her tablet, a colorful scribble of a house, a sun, and two smiling faces. Just the two of us. It's perfect, I whispered, hugging her. My phone buzzed again. Another email. My mother, begging me to talk. My father, angry, accusing me of ruining the family. I didn't read them. I didn't need to. Instead, I opened a new tab, logged into a charity site, Victims of Fraud. I typed in a donation, $5,000. Under the donor name, I typed Jessica M. Support for those who lost everything. I forwarded the receipt to my mother with one line. Now I'm really helping the family. Days turned to weeks. My consulting business grew. Clients came in. Work flourished. I picked Lily up from school, helped her with her homework, read her stories at night. Every now and then, a new email would arrive. My mother's pleas, my father's anger, even Jessica's desperate apologies. They went straight to the trash. They had their chance. They chose lies. One evening, as the city lights flickered outside my office window, Lily hugged me. Daddy, are you happy? I smiled, feeling the weight finally gone. Yes, sweetheart, I whispered, kissing her forehead.